I'd like to call this meeting to order. A little after 6, maybe 6:01 or 2, depends. Hey, everybody. Welcome to this month's Athens Cultural Affairs Commission meeting. Looks like we have enough folks here for a quorum. We just have about 3 folks missing, so we'll just move ahead down the agenda. Matt, thank you for.
Sorry.
I skimmed them. So Matt was able to take the minutes for us last time we met, and if folks had a chance to look over those, and if anyone has any additions or changes to the minutes, please let us know. But if we don't have any, then we can move forward with the motion to accept them as they are.
I move we accept.
Mark moves we accept, Linnea seconds, and so if that's okay with everybody, we can give it a thumbs up and we're good to move forward on that. That's everybody. All right, awesome. Thank you again for doing that for us. And Marissa, thank you for also doing them for us.
Thank you for just doing this all the time.
Yeah.
It probably weren't up to your standards. I apologize.
It's good to have.
You know what I love is that the chair's report is here and the chair had nothing almost to do with the reports. This is awesome. So someone is thinking for me and I appreciate it. So happy new year, everybody. We're in the new year. What year is this? 2025. Hot dang. So far, so all right. Hope y'all enjoyed the snow. Okay, yes, that was awesome. Did y'all enjoy the snow? Y'all got off, didn't you? Yay.
Yes.
I'll have to show y'all about art. My daughter was home for holiday from Georgia State, and she's a little bit of an artist, and she had to make a snow person. It was a gender non-conforming snow person from Brooke, and I was like, all right, let's do it. And then where did I sent her? There's a picture of it.
It was so cute driving around and seeing all the.
Yes. It was so sad. It was so sad yesterday. I took a picture of it yesterday. It was as tall as her. She's 6'3". And I was like,
Oh.
that's the ugliest snow person I've ever seen. But she went for it, and I was like, oh, they're still here. That's what I said. They're still here. She was like,
Does the chair understand that in her role as a mother, she is on the record right now?
So when Brooke reviews, they should be like, what are you talking about?
Just
Again, people, I'm just so proud of your snow person. Anyway, as blast, man, it's been a minute since we've had a snow day. I love it.
So fun that I was walking the highway from my house and I saw like 6 or 7 other people who were all converted.
Yes.
Like food.
Yeah.
So cozy. It was so sweet.
Oh, yeah, that's a great place to hang out for snow day. Okay, well, anyway, welcome everyone. Happy New Year. It looks like some members are up for renewal in the spring, Montu and Jessica. When someone's up for renewal in the spring, does that mean they have the option of rolling off or they have the option of staying on, or what's the deal with that?
Either, our members can renew as many times as they like.
Okay.
But, you know, if you are thinking about leaving, that's a good time to roll off. Because this way, we try to do 1 member call each year, usually around this time. So if you know whether or not, Montu said that he is going to, roll off this year. So, you know, we have 1 vacancy and then we'll have, Montu will be another vacancy. Jessica, not going to put you on the spot, but
I'd like to stay on, but I've also only been here for like 1.5 years. So
Yeah.
was I like maybe going into
Somebody else.
someone else?
yeah, it was one of those situations where you were finishing up a partial term. So yeah, if you're finishing up a part like Sally's was like up right when she started, pretty much like a few months later, and she just renewed. So it's just a matter of, you know, putting that in the letter. We usually do 1 letter each year, the mayor and commission, who's gonna renew, who's gonna cycle off, and the new members, and then the mayor and commission approved that for us. So, with Jessica staying and Monty cycling off and one vacancy, I'll do a call, for 2 new members.
Okay.
So I'll probably do that, in the next couple of weeks. And once that's live, I'll send that out to everybody so you can spread the word. And, this way, when spring comes, we'll hopefully have a couple people that are ready to step in.
Awesome, cool. Thank you. Thanks for helping out with that. New member call, what does that mean?
So I'll do a new member call, for those.
Call for new members. Got it. Okay. I'll think phone call. Hey, everybody. Okay, cool.
Sometimes I call, you
Yeah.
know, when they get
Yeah.
picked.
Yeah.
There's calling involved, yeah. okay.
So if we know some folks in our circles who might be interested, or somebody reaches out and wants to know what it's about, then that's our job to let them know. Cool. Sounds great. I'd like to turn it over to our staff for the project report and updates.
So, lots of stuff happening. Our interior mural over at the arena, Stephen Teller's Georgia Music History mural, he just finished that up finally last week.
Sorry. Sorry.
And, so he's got a clear coat with still, so he started doing that today. It's like, takes a couple of days to do that. And then he'll be all finished. It's been really challenging for him to work because he can't work on days where we have events. He's got to clear everything out. So it's been really challenging, that install, but he's really done such a beautiful job.
It looks
And,
really good.
Yeah, I don't know if we all been over there yet, but, you know, as far as I know, like during outside of ticketed events, that building is open. So when you have some time and you're downtown, definitely check that out. You know, check out the mural on the parking deck outside and the mural inside. And the week of the 20th, which is next week, the big red base sculpture, will be installed. I don't have an exact day and time just yet, but, sometime this month, it will be installed, and that will be all of our 3 big arena projects installed, so.
Forgive my ignorance. I'm sorry. The base and the chairs,
Yes,
were they originally in another site
no,
on the plaza?
no,
They were always in that little square,
That is the plaza.
yeah, that is it.
that little square plaza.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah, and the chairs are there,
I've seen the chairs.
yeah, the chairs are there, and the little,
The foot.
yeah, the footer with the, base is gonna be mounted on is already there. So, a big crane is gonna bring it and move them forward into place and bolt it down, and then the lighting, will be installed as well. Most of our, sculptures and murals, don't have lights because they're arcs and things, so they're just meant to be dawn till dusk. So it's kind of exciting to have something that's gonna be lit all the time. And, the lights can change color too, so they can do some different things for, you know, holidays and thematic things with the lighting, which will be neat. And so that's really exciting. So we'll probably do some sort of separate, event for the art as an unveiling. Of course, the arena's done a few different events. Their next like gala event is gonna be before the base is installed. So we'll wanna do something with all the artists once all the art is in place. So stay tuned for that. Also our Firefly Trail sculpture, the one that's over at the, on Lexington at the racetrack. That piece will be installed, the week of the 27th early in the week, so that's another big sculpture coming in this month, so. So yeah, we'll have some ribbon cutting events coming up, so I'll make sure everybody knows about those. We just finished our, Linden Town call for art, so, the selection panel has not been scheduled just yet. But once that is scheduled, I'll need a couple ACAC members to serve on that selection panel with some other community members. So, depending on the day and the time, I'll just send an email out to everyone. That'll be this month as well. Just to see who's available at that time and who would like to be, a part of that. That will be really exciting. We've got a lot of, we got about 40 applicants for that.
Wow.
So,
That's all.
so
It's
yeah,
RFQ,
yeah.
so it'll be a couple of meetings to get, to make
So
that,
we
to do that process.
Review people's previous work, shortlist 3 people. They have like about a month to go back and do an original proposal for us. We pay them a little bit of money to do it. And they come up with an original proposal and we'll do another selection of this, ideally with the same folks. And they look at those finalists, score them, and then select the. So, if you haven't participated in selection before, and you want to, let me know. I want to prioritize some of you that haven't got to do it before. Yeah, yeah, okay. So that'll be exciting. And as Stephanie mentioned, we also have a call out right now for temporary light sculptures for our Flight of the Fireflies Lantern Parade. And depending on how many, applications we get, we're gonna have another, selection meeting scheduled for that. But it'll just be some leisure services staff members and some of you all. It'll be a smaller group.
Which we could do online if we had to, or we always do it in person.
It's a really good question. I don't know, because these don't have to like go to mayor and commission approval and stuff
Yeah,
like.
these are like temporary.
Yeah.
So if you know artists or you have people that you want to bring this to, you can tell them like the idea behind this is like, it's something that looks great in the dark, illuminated, right? Like it doesn't have to look super perfect because it's not gonna be viewed in broad
Yeah,
Yeah.
daylight, and that it just has to really make it through the event of the Lantern Parade. So like it has to be good for 3 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So battery powered or something like that, solar powered is better. We do have a few opportunities where things could get plugged in, but we'll need to put that in our application because we only have a few spots for that. So that's what I mean by like, if you just have friends who maybe don't see themselves as like sculpture or sculptors, but this might be like, oh, I can make something happen with this because it just has to be cool for a few hours to make the part of the magic of the Lantern Parade. And they install that night and they deinstall that night. So that's the other thing is like, you gotta have your, folks ready to help you get it in the car and get it back into the car to take it home at the end of the night. So just a little background. It's just, they're temporary. It's just for the night and part of a way that we're inviting people in the community in to join us for the Lantern Parade. So that's, and hoping that, more people will year over year kind of build up this and start to like, look forward to these calls and get crazy. I want, people to get really creative and really wild with them.
Yeah, LEDs are super cheap.
Yeah.
And readily available. And the great thing about this is that, if you want to use things you have around the house or something, like you get to take it home.
Christmas
And you don't
lights and all
wanna
that kind
keep
of stuff,
using
yes.
Christmas lights, you can take home a few at the end of the night. So, it's a great way to recycle some things. That's why we do the workshop at the Charm.
We're gonna do it here this time instead of Charmed, but yeah, we use a lot of reused material. We'll be getting that stuff from Charmed.
And also, we really want y'all to attend the Flight of the Fireflies. I know we talk a lot of, about tabling opportunities and things like that. I forget, was it Jessica's idea for the Rainbow Forest Parade thing? Was that your?
We had talked about like the Pride Parade doing something with Rainbow Forest.
Right, but I think this could be another opportunity to like, if y'all wanna dress up like the Rainbow Forest, and do some sort of light up version, that would be awesome. It would be really cool to have all y'all, march in the parade as a group and do some sort of thematic thing. But I'll leave that up to you. But I think that would be great. I think it's a really fun experience. You can bring all your friends and family. It's very family friendly, but it's, the cool kids come too. Everyone comes in and has a good time. So I think it's a great way to just, you're advocates for the arts in Athens. This is just another opportunity for y'all to get out and mix it up, maybe wear your name tags and, you can maybe do some little light up things for your name tags.
That would be cute. I think of the Lantern Parade as a large scale participatory public art experience, right? Like, it's just, that's what we hope that it is, because everyone, if no one showed up, then it wouldn't be a lantern parade. So when everyone shows up with their beautiful lights and we go on this walk through the forest together, like, that's what makes it art experience. So, yeah.
So, Todd is not joining us tonight at the meeting, but, we've been working with Todd Brezzi on our update of our public art master plan. So for the past couple of months, he's been setting a lot of, interviews with different folks in the government and the community, and we met with Sally and, been talking to folks. So he's gonna have a update for us, at the next meeting. So we'll talk a little bit more about that and the opportunities, where I think maybe help support the master plan. And, eventually in the next couple of months or so, we'll review what is going to prepare for the Warren Commission. And so you'll have an opportunity to give any feedback about that. We'll go through that, the next meeting, perhaps the March meeting. So, as far as like upcoming projects and events, we're gonna have a lot of calls for art this year. A lot. I've been kind of holding back a little bit because I've been wanting to get some of these projects, finished. And, before we get to any more in our hopper, but they're coming. So the next, we'll have our fall for Bishop Park, the pedestrian gates, that's a sculpture one. That's kind of very specific because it's like a functional sculpture piece. But I think we have a lot of local folks that can do work like that. So, I'll definitely, need y'all help spreading the word for these calls. So Bishop Park, pedestrian gates coming up. We will have the mural wall for the Costa building coming up as well. This is the one that's going to be sort of interior, exterior on the opposite side of the building from the hop. And, the Tallahassee roundabout, and that will be another sculpture call. We'll have our community center murals coming up. Those are the smaller murals that'll just be submitting a digital file and they'll be commercially reproduced. So that'll be a great accessible project for folks that don't necessarily want to do a big public art project. We'll have another mural call for the Morton Run coming up as well. So, and Sandy Creek Nature Center, that's another mural called Small Mural. And that's another one that would be like a commercially reproduced kind of thing. So, a lot of projects and a lot of different, field notes, which is great. So a lot of different types of opportunities. And I'm working on our big, covered bench, painted bench project. I have a meeting coming up hopefully this month with all of our SPLOST project managers, so we can go through all of the T-SPLOST projects that I identified that would be a good fit for that, and potentially some other projects as well. That maybe have space to have some sort of bench, and what would be needed to supplement any budgets to like build out concrete pads or anything like that. So hopefully pretty soon I'll come back with a presentation and we might have some opportunities to talk about placement with some of those things. But with some of them, it might be really just kind of practical on the placement, because it's some of those projects where, you're dealing with like an intersection or a really small right of way. And so there's not a lot of options in terms of like places to put it. It's like we have to put it off of this sidewalk right here. So, but when we do have an opportunity to kind of have a conversation about placement, I'll come back to y'all. Do some more presentations with those, but I'm really excited for those. That's going to be another really good accessible project. So yeah, I made it sound like it's just, just a bunch, but that's going to be pretty much the year coming up is all these calls. We'll have a lot of opportunities to participate in selections. So if you have any, friends or neighbors that maybe don't want to join the commission, but they want to participate, you know, we do have that online forum for the selection panel. We haven't done a selection panel in a really long time, so some folks that have signed up and are like, hey, when do I get to give my opinion? But it's coming, and there'll be a lot of opportunities, so.
Yeah, once Hollywood Hills finds out about the Tallahassee Road selection. Yes, you will have people.
Good, good. Yeah, we've had a lot of people sign up in the past few months, you know, just not having any, selection meetings happening, so. So yeah, we've got a lot of folks signed up, but, it's a great way to kind of participate in the process. There's snacks, everybody has a good time, and they're not fighting, and most go very smooth. Sometimes we have one that gets a little contentious, but you never know, it's very spicy. It's fun. So yeah, and there'll be a lot of other, opportunities for y'all to just participate as members. We have a lot of events coming up, like, Stephanie said, with the Lantern Parade, and the 50th, annual jury show is also soon, which is very exciting, 50 years of the jury show. So, that's definitely a great event to come to. What's the date on that?
The jury show opening is here at the Linden House on March 13th. That'll be the opening event.
Yes. And the Lantern Parade is March 8th. It's
Saturday.
It's like a little early, a little early.
Yeah.
But
What is the jury show?
what is it?
Yeah.
So the Linden House Art Center does a jury show every year. It is everyone, artists in Athens-Clarke County and all the surrounding counties, can enter. It's $35 for up to 3 submissions. This year's, juror is Michael Brooks from the High Museum. He's the contemporary curator there. He's a very wonderful man. He's got great taste in art, so he's gonna be the one selecting all the art for the show. So it's sure to be an interesting show. It's always like the biggest variety of stuff here at the Art Center. And I like it because it's all local folks, and it's every skill level, you know, people that have been making art in Athens for decades are very well known, and people who maybe have just moved here and are trying to get into the art scene. So it's always a really wonderful mix of art. And, it's, you know, all the local art people come out, and, you know, whether they're artists or just art lovers, they always come out for it. So as far as like a social event, it's probably one of the biggest.
I think we do it's like at least 800 people.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
So yeah,
So the
it's a
parking
fun.
lot is insane,
Yes.
so try to carve with it, or maybe get an Uber. That's,
And we're gonna do some extra fun stuff this year since it's 50 years.
yeah.
Also, one of the staff members shared with me a list of all of the previous curators. Amazing, I'll send it to you, it's incredible. Like all the people over, because one of the ideas behind the jury show, one of the early inspirations for it was to invite a curator from outside our community, so they can see all of the work here and get our local artists get their work in front of like a prominent and hot contemporary curator. So we've kept that up, so 50 years, and some of the people on the list in.
Judy Chicago.
I know. And like Glenn Kaufman, who's like a big professor at UGA, and just like, and a lot of amazing people that have been the juror for our show. And we're just really proud. 50 years is a really long time, and a lot of people have participated. So we're doing a number of different things here at the Linden House to kind of like celebrate that. And it will be a really good night. So I highly recommend that for y'all to attend.
Sure.
And the art will be here for a while.
Yeah, it's almost every single space in the building. It's everywhere.
So
It's huge. It's a huge show.
So that's all I have.
Thank you.
See, Francis isn't here. Jessica, did you have any outreach stuff? Did y'all didn't meet, because, yeah.
No,
So.
I don't have any ideas.
So, I guess we do open sharing. Are we open sharing now?
Open sharing.
Open sharing.
What you got going on, Linnea? I see some posters. Yeah.
Shows coming up. I have larger ones and smaller ones, we'll pass them around. I don't know if one can be hung up here. in
Yes,
the
we
house.
have a bulletin board by the elevators. Yes, that'll be fun.
But yeah, the show is February 6th, 7th, and 8th. It's Thursday, Friday, Saturday evenings at 8 p.m. at the Marigold Auditorium in Winterville. Tickets are just $16 and on sale now, but it's a really great place. You've never been before. And all the proceeds from the event will go to benefit us at the cottage. So it's really awesome. I love it every year, so I'd love to see you guys there if we can make it.
I would like to explore turning on Silent Night over to the city.
Could I?
Thank you. Well, it's sponsored in other, like Kent, Ohio, Tour France, I don't say France. I've never said France in my life, but I said Tour correctly. I think it would grow it. And, in other cities, like the public library has done it and all that. I'm just, as me, an individual, I'm limited in my promotional abilities. Whereas Lantern Parade shows, there's more heft if it's an official Arts Mission event. So I just don't know what the procedure is for that.
We'll probably have to have a separate conversation.
That's what I figured.
The Lantern Parade is one of the 4, like Gold Star events of the year. So the Mayor and Commission dedicate funds to, leisure services to host 4 major, we call them like the 4-star events. So that's the Lantern Parade, the
lights.
yes, so it's Star Spangled Classic. We do a fall event, and then you have the holiday parade of lights. So those are large scale, broadly appeal to the public, kind of cultural touchstones.
Right.
So that's where those things come from.
Okay.
And the funding for them. So that is, so we'll have to see, like, I'm curious to hear more about it, and like, so we can have a conversation maybe.
Cool.
About that. If not us, then I can maybe help you find someone to adopt it and see
Yeah,
what the capacity of it is.
I'd like to throw out, Jana's not here, but the Athens Area Arts Council has a lot of flexibility. But they're a small group, definitely don't have like the marketing reach that Nature Services has.
Right.
But, there's maybe less red tape where it's a little easier to just like hit the ground running and get things going.
Okay.
So she might be a good person to ask, because I feel like they are kind of looking for projects.
Okay. Well, let's definitely talk.
Yeah, I'd like to hear more about it and like what you think its capacity is. And so let's see if I can help you connect to the right adopter. I don't know that we're quite it, but I'm willing to hear you out.
I may be able to give them to you. And then this is not completely fully formed yet because all the investigations are still happening, but a trans woman named Santonio Pullman was assaulted and left for dead in a city park on a trail. And I'm wondering what can be done? Meaning, is there, if something happens, is there a way to commemorate? Is there a way to look for some sort of site appropriate art that would speak not just to this event, but to a larger swath of community somehow? Again, I do not have, as with Unsilent Night and the procedure for growing it, I don't have a fully formed thought about this yet, but I just want to make it, just put it out there for the commission. Just to make, and I can send a note to everybody that has some of the basic details of the crime and what happened. And to see if there's a response, I guess.
Can I add something on that? So I teach at the School of Social Work, and one of my students is an intern placed at the Athens anti-discrimination movement, and Mocha and her team there are doing something similar. They're working with the family.
Okay.
And it's interesting you said that, because they were talking about commemorating their death through maybe a street being named, and I was like, let me, and now, of course, I have no filter or, gatekeeper of any of that.
Yeah.
But art popped in my head as well. And so I know that the family of them is working with the folks there, if
Okay.
you want another connector.
Okay,
Just put that out there.
okay.
Definitely something that, definitely talk to their family, but also that's a good thing to discuss with, your district commissioner.
Okay.
Because that's, well, I mean,
No, I, something unrelated, sorry.
maybe, I laugh at them too. But I mean, that's the kind of thing that, they have a lot more power to do things like that than we do.
Okay.
As far as like, I mean, it's a beautiful thing, but, we don't really get into like private memorials and
Right.
things like that so much. And it's not that it's not worthy of that or shouldn't get attention or anything like that. It's just like, we don't really do that. for
Right.
Anybody. I mean, things get, like buildings can be renamed and things like that, but there's like a process with that. It has to take a certain amount of signatures, a certain amount of time, and things like that. So, but if you want something more, I guess, more immediate, and you just want to get someone's like, attention, I would go to your, elected officials.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
Those are definitely the better people to go to.
Okay.
And see what they say about it. But, if they wanted to make a resolution or something like that.
Yeah.
That would be the pathway.
Yeah.
That's it, exactly.
Okay.
But I think that's very well.
Yeah, it's just happened on public land,
Yes.
so,
We know about it for sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you for both.
What else do folks have?
I'll share that I just, joined the board of Athens.
Nice.
Athens, yeah. When is it?
Yeah.
It's in June.
Yeah. Do we have the dates?
19, 20, and 21.
You think so?
I think so.
Usually is 19. I know it's whenever it hits 100 degrees, whenever. What you got?
Funny, I'll probably be helping with a lot of their artist related, things. So I'll be sharing those throughout the year, artist opportunities, things like that.
Great.
Well, that kind of builds on to my upcoming thing. Create Athens is unveiling the updated Athens Creatives Directory. Yes, Athens Creatives Directory. I forget the S sometime on creatives. We are having a soft launch here at the Linden House, February the 13th, 6 to 7:30 p.m. The intention of this is to bring Athens creatives into the space and show them on this huge TV. Captivate will show, which is the web firm that did the update, will show folks, look, you just click here and here and all your stuff is on there. And isn't this great? We're also gonna have marketing materials as well. So there will be like literally things where folks can QR code and it'll take them straight to the place to put their stuff on it. This is creatives. And then we'll do a mass release of all that out into the community. I'll make sure that Tatiana has it so you can pass it out to the group and y'all can filter it into your folks. We're meeting tomorrow, so I should have that out by the end of this week. Like Captivate is supposed to have me the graphics tomorrow at the meeting.
What was the time again?
It's from 6 to 7:30. It's not you don't have to be there the whole time. It's kind of like a come in,
Yeah.
get something to eat, like a little something to eat. And be like, oh, this is what this is. We say soft launch because we feel like this is something that's gonna take several months to build up to some sort of capacity.
Yeah.
That's a little, that's building some, girth to it. And then we would like the hard lunch to be at AthFest, and we would like to have a table at AthFest, and we would love to collaborate with this group for perhaps we could just like have a table together.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, but the intention for AthFest is to already have built the creative pool in the
So you
directory.
gotta
And then
stock it first.
yes, and then we push it out to the
Yes.
community and be like, here's more, here's
Yeah.
yeah. So I'll get all that to you guys, but yeah, that's what's gonna happen.
That's exciting.
I
I've
know.
been on this for a long time. I'm really excited to see it. Go.
Russ and I are very excited. We've been in lots of meetings.
Good job, Sally.
Yeah, thanks.
It's been a big
Yeah,
project.
yeah, so I'll, let y'all know. I'll send it out to y'all and let you and your people to put some stuff on it. Should be super user friendly.
We have an art opening this Thursday here at the Linden House. I know it's Carol, John, and somebody else.
Good job, yeah.
I think who else it is. But their work will be opening in the Lukashevitz Gallery. And I know I'm trying to pull it up too. It's this Thursday, Carol John, oh yeah, it's Twist works by Carol John, and then Distillations work by Patty Roberts Pizzuto and John Timothy Pizzuto. So those will both be artist talks here. Those will be from 5:30 to 7:30 here at the Linden House. It'll be really fun shows to see open. And then the juried show applications are open. We'll have a clinic this Saturday. We'll be having a clinic here at the Linden House. So if you know somebody who's like not super savvy or have never done the process, it's an online application where they submit the images of their work. They can come here and participate in the clinic and somebody will help them. Even if they want to do it that day, they can bring or however they want to have their images of their work. So we will help people and facilitate that so they're successful and can submit their work for selection. So that's this Saturday here at the Linden House. And
Let's hope like photographing and like how to get the photos to like, be at all skill levels. So I helped with it last year a little bit and, we have some folks that are like older folks that like to do it. And, it used to be that you physically brought your art here and like placed it down.
and the curator did everything in person, but we had to get away from that in the pandemic, but I think it's a little easier to do it now. Also, just to let y'all know, on Saturday, February 1st, the Morton Theater Corporation, which is like our partner at the Morton Theater, they are hosting a silent movie event, which will be the world premiere of the Silence Synced, which is a series where they take a silent movie and they pair it with a contemporary music album. So they'll be doing a Buster Keaton's Sherlock Jr. with an REM soundtrack. And that'll be at the Morton that Saturday night. So that should be a really cool event.
All of the silent sync or whatever, at least, I think Sunny's had 2 or 3 of them now. I'm like, it's been so much fun. Unexpectedly it's fun.
Yeah, it's really cool. I think it's a cool concept.
So Sine has had them as well.
Yeah, like, I think there's different. I think because it's really just more about the production, like in syncing everything and picking the right music, like they can iterate on them, like, and have different kind of soundtracks for different ones.
Super cool. What else? Anybody got anything else?
February 13th
Yeah.
is Faculty Follies at the music school. It's all funny music. Finishing with, I'm involved in this, Peter Trickley, he just passed away recently, this composer who created a composer named PDQ Bach. He had 2 careers. He was a serious classical composer and he wrote funny music under PDQ Bach. Well, he wrote a version of the Beethoven Fifth with football commentary.
Oh, sweet.
So it's the first movie of Beethoven Fifth with a conductor and a referee and the 2 sports commentators, and I'm the lead commentator with another faculty member. It's hilarious.
I bet it's fun.
It's flat hilarious. And some of the other music on the show is great too. So that's February 13th. It benefits scholarship money at the University of Music School.
So much stuff. Cool. Anything else? All right, staff, do we have anything else? We've hit it all? Awesome, thank you. Thanks, everybody, for being here. I look forward to seeing y'all again on February the 10th, in this location, and we will adjourn at like 6:42. Yes.
Is that a motion?
Oh, can y'all?
We get a motion?
Matt, no?
Second.
Yes, Mark seconds, we're good. Y'all good?